Hi, everyone. Welcome to our new hometown series called Be Well Saturdays. My name is Gina Simmering. I'm your host and registered nurse at Boulder Community Health. We are excited to share with you each month ways to stay active, healthy, and be well. During each episode, you will hear health and wellness information from our Boulder Community Health physicians and our wonderful community partners. Today, we will hear from BCH cardiologist and Walk with the Doc leader, Dr. Nelson Trujillo, who will be speaking to us about recovery, what it looks like during this next phase of our journey, followed by fitness program coordinator Kate Houlik with the City of Boulder Parks and Rec, who will demonstrate stretches you can do at home to combat sitting fatigue. And we have nutritional health coach Diane Strassberg from Natural Grocers, who will give us tips on how to select foods that actually boost our immune system. And last but not least, we have recreation coordinator David Ford from Open Space and Mountain Parks. He will be showing us ways to stay safely active on the trails and giving us some great recommendations for places to hike right now. So an added bonus, at the end of today's session, there will be the opportunity to receive a $100 gift card from Natural Grocers. So stay tuned. Dr. Nelson Trujillo is up first. Dr. T?
Well, thanks, Gina, so much for having me out for our first hometown meeting. It is just so great to see everybody. It's great to see Kate and Diane and David out there. We live in such a special place, and Boulder Community Health has really generated such a great partnership with all the different parts that help us stay healthy and just well in these really difficult times. I'm so excited to get to lead off this series of talks, and obviously we're coming into this new normal. Everybody saw the newspaper today, and it said BCH has 0 patients hospitalized with the disease, with COVID. And it's an amazing thing. It's a testimony to our community, to Boulder Community Health. And before we get started, I just want to shout out, we all have so many people to thank. Every time we do our Walk with the Doc, we thank our first responders who are on the front lines. We thank all the people who are working in the hospital, from those that are keeping the rooms safe and those bringing meals to the doctors and nurses. But there is a captain of the ship, and I did want to call out before we get started today, Rob Vissers, who's really, he's the CEO of our Boulder Community Health. He's the captain of our ship, a quiet, strong man, if you ask me. And he's really allowed all of this to happen. It's allowed us to come together on Saturdays, and he's kept the hospital ready for all of us. And so big shout out to Rob and his management team. So with that being said, I guess I was tasked to talk about recovery. And what does that mean? We have a new world order. COVID has really changed things for all of us. March 1st, this was all sort of a dream. And now here we are in June, having sort of gone through it. And what's coming forward, we don't really know, but we have to start to think ahead. And part of this talk has 2 parts. One is health, and the other is wellness. And I'm really blessed to have all my partners here on the wellness side, but I did want to speak about health. These past 3 months have really put an interesting shade on all that's been going on for me. And I want to be vulnerable here. It's been scary, and I've been frightened. And there are a lot of things that I just stopped worrying about or thinking about as it relates to my health. Should I have my colonoscopy? Well, I'm not going to do that. Should I recommend mammograms? Should I do things that are just good for my health? And I have to be honest, I was too scared to even think about that. But it's now time to revisit that. We've come through the first part of this. It's really an incredibly cool time to revisit our health, because one of the things this pandemic has taught us is that the best defense is a good offense. And what does that mean? It means that to go into pandemic like this healthy, we're a lot better off than if we go into it sick. Some of the risks for not doing well with this COVID virus are obesity, diabetes, hypertension. And so these are things that we can address. And we're going to talk about some of the important things today as it relates to diet and exercise and being outside. But it might be time, I know it's time for me to have my physical. I'm going to make an appointment to see my primary care doctor. Make sure he asks me those tough questions about my diet, about cholesterol, I want him to check my blood pressure. I want him to talk to me about alcohol and have I been using too much or too little, especially during these difficult times. Am I up to date? Do I need my colonoscopy? So now is the time to start talking about health. And the hospital, as we know from the newspaper, it's a safe place. So a great time to visit with your primary care doc and get those things done that we've been putting off because we've been frightened. It's no longer time to be frightened. The second part of our talk today, besides health, is wellness. And that's my favorite talk. It's why we do our walk with the doc, because we want to stay well. And part of Boulder Community Health's mission is to keep us one of the wellest communities in the country, if not larger than that. And some of the things that have been really helpful to me during this really difficult time is to stay active. The walk with the doc, while we didn't get to come together during our past 3 months, I've been out walking, and David's going to share some of the great spots. This was my hike here about 30 minutes ago. This is what you can see on the McClintock Trail. The flowers are out. It's just unbelievable outside. Staying outside and carrying that through is incredibly important. We know how it benefits our weight and our blood pressure and all those things. Eating well. This is a fruits and vegetables time of year. Diane's going to talk to us about a lot of the important characteristics of that kind of approach as it relates to inflammation and protecting us. We know that it controls weight. We know it's good for our heart. It's great for mental health. So eating well is going to be incredibly important. And one of the things that happened to me, again, full disclosure, during the last 3 months, is I ate at home, every meal. And the ability to start cooking again, to start using our local homegrown products is so important. It helps not just me, but it helps our community. Brings us all together. The farmers market is back and rolling again. Natural grocers, obviously, they're going to tell us about all they have to offer. It's an incredible time to cook, to have meals together, and to start to explore a whole food, plant-based approach to health, which is incredibly important. Exercise has a couple different components. We have the mind, the body, and the spirit. And one of the other things that's been really kind of fun during this time period is spiritual exercises like meditation, stopping and breathing. David's going to talk to us about being out in nature. Kate's going to put us through some movements, including some yoga movements. These are all ways to integrate the mind, the body, and the spirit that really will carry us forward well as we come out of this crazy, crazy time. It's an incredible community we live in, and I am just as blessed as can be to have all you guys as my partners. It's so great to have everybody part of our community all together again on this Saturday as we approach health and wellness together. I think the last thing I'll leave you with is that we are a community. And one of the things that's really good in community is to ask for help. And again, being completely vulnerable, it's hard to ask for help, especially during these times, but it's what we do. Boulder Community Health is there to help. Natural Grocers is there to help. Boulder Parks and Rec. We're all here to help each other. And so we're going to get all choked up. It's great to see everybody. Be well. Don't forego things that are important like your health. So good time to get a checkup or get things checked out if you're not feeling well. And we'll get through this all together. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kate so we can get moving here on this beautiful Saturday.
All right, thank you, Nelson. Oh my gosh, I miss everybody so much. I can't tell you how much I miss our Saturdays together out in the parks in nature. And since we've all been cooped up at home more than often and probably on a lot more Zoom calls and our computers more than we usually are, I thought I'd share some stretches, light exercising that can help counter those kind of repetitive movements that we've all been in for the last couple months. Since having a baby on March 10th, about 3 months ago, I have also been cooped up at home and pretty much in this position. So I'm in definite need of some opening up too, and can't wait to bring him to our next walk in person. He's napping. So as Dr. Trujillo said, exercise is so valuable and really just movement to our health, not only our physical health, but our emotional and our mental health, which is now even more important during this uncertain and challenging time. So extra self-care, extra self-love in this time, and movement is how I do that. So let's get started. I would like to start with one deep breath. Take an inhale up, hands together, and bring them to heart center. Good. Interlace those fingers in front of you. Stretch out that back. Good. On your next inhale, bring those arms up overhead. So reach up towards the ceiling. You can do little side bends. Kind of just feel out whatever feels good. Whatever your body tells you you need today, that's what I want you to do. All right, release those arms. Interlace those hands behind your back, knuckles to the floor, and really open up the front of the body, the chest, your heart. You can look up a little bit. Please feel free to modify any of these movements so that they work for you, all right? That's what's important, is to make it fit your body, your life, and what you need. Good, relax out. Hands on your thighs, hinge forward. I want you to exhale, arch the back, so round up, drop the head. As you inhale, drop the belly, bring the head up. Exhale, round through the spine, drop the head. Inhale, drop the belly, and look up. Good. Give me a nice little roll up. Take those shoulders. Give me several shoulder rolls back. Really just up and down and back. Good. Other direction. So back, let's go forward. Few rolls. Good. Now I want you to open and close your shoulders. So think about bringing your shoulder blades together or your shoulders forward together and then back. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Good. Forward and back. Just get a few movements. Shoulder blades together and let them open up. Good. Trying to get some movement in our upper back and the thoracic spine so we can stay healthy in there. Beautiful. Next, right leg, bring it up. Nice little balancing movement. I'm going to do some side views and front views for you. So let's see how our balance is today. Hopefully better than mine is. Arms can come up, draw the belly button in and reach up through the crown of the head. Good. On your next exhale, I want you to step that foot back. Slowly step it back so that you're in a lunge position. Reach through that heel so you get a nice stretch in the back of the leg. On your inhale, bring that foot up. Nice and slow and controlled. Good. And exhale back. As you guys can see, well, you guys know I can't talk and stretch or balance at the same time. And now I have to talk, balance, and look at a computer screen. This is not my forte. So hopefully you're doing better than I am. Good. Step it back. One more. Forward. You can move as slow as you want. If you need to, hold on to your couch, hold on to a chair, hold on to your counter, whatever works for you. If you want an added challenge, stay back and you can turn this into a lunge. Okay, right up and down. Add a little strength with that balance and coordination. Even one more step to make it just a little more fun is to bring that up. So back to a lunge. And come up. Good. If you do this option, please make sure your knee stays over your ankle. All right, other side. Bring that knee up. Refocus. Reach up through the crown of your head and step that foot back. Good. Inhale forward and exhale back. Forward and back. Again, you can continue this. You can just hold. See, there's the couch. I just ran into the couch. I need to move that. I need to reorganize my furniture anyway. And you can come into a lunge, straight up and down, or add that little balance component. Beautiful. Side to side. I want you to step to the side, touch your knee. Good. We're keeping that inner leg straight. Step to the side, back and forth. You might feel a nice little stretch along this inner thigh. You can keep going, you can stay here if this feels good, either side. Again, listen to your body, what feels good today. Nice wide feet, stance. I want you to do a little squat, arms in at your sides. Exhale, stand up, reach up. Like this, I cut my head off every time I come up. And down, good, stand up. I like to call these star squats. I think these are great, especially if you're doing this break with your family. Get your kids involved. They love these. They can jump in these too. Beautiful. All right, we'll finish up with 3 deep breaths. Give me an inhale up and exhale it out. Inhale up, exhale it out. Last one. Inhale up, palms come to heart center. I want to thank you for being here with us today. If you'd like more information on workouts, exercises, activities you can do at home, also information on Boulder Rec Center openings, closures, all of our information, please visit our website. We're here to keep you moving. The light in me honors and respects the light in you.
I am really grateful for what you just did. I'm also really grateful to Boulder Community Health for hosting this virtual stay-at-home Be Well meeting. This is really great. I also feel very fortunate to be the nutritional health coach here at the Boulder Natural Grocers, so I can share free nutrition education like this Zoom meeting for all of you good people tuning in. It can be empowering to take health into your own hands just by doing simple things like eating well and taking supplements. And on that, I'm gonna today share some tips and tricks on supporting your immune system through diet. Here at the Natural Grocers, we have a 100% organic produce department, which means you will find no synthetic pesticides or herbicide residues on our fruits and vegetables, which I think is a really great first step towards having a healthy body. All of the colors of the fruits I've displayed here, plus all of the ones that we have out in our 100% organic produce department. And the colors are what's really important. And as my 6-year-old nephew wrote to me in this little card, I'll show you the picture. It's very important to every day eat the rainbow, which is really cute. I felt pretty honored that he was sharing nutrition education with me. So I felt I could give him a little shout out today. Have you ever really thought about why that is? Each color that's represented in all of these fruits and vegetables contain tiny nutrients that all add up to the components that our body uses to do its jobs, all the processes and reactions. And the tiny nutrients are called micronutrients, and they do cofactor things in our body. I want to emphasize today in particular things that contain the color purple, specifically because purple things really are very supportive of the immune system. Berries like elderberries, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, all of those contain purple nutrients that really support the immune system. So I encourage you to eat lots of berries this time of year. Another nutrient to know about is vitamin C. Vitamin C, when I think of vitamin C, I think of the word comprehensive because it supports our immune system comprehensively in our whole body, and it's also comprehensively available in many fruits and vegetables throughout. Some highlights of vitamin C content would be citrus fruits, kiwis, which are nice and tart but also sweet. I don't know if you haven't tried one, they're delicious. Also bell peppers, and once again, berries. Another nutrient to think about for the immune system is zinc, which gives us a balanced immune response inside our cells. Some vegetables that are higher in zinc are things like mushrooms, like these shiitake mushrooms here from our 100% organic produce department. Peas, beans, sprouts, like these broccoli sprouts that we have here at the store, along with other ones. And then also asparagus, which I have here in the back. Asparagus is in season in the spring, so I encourage you all to have some today. And speaking of mushrooms, Mushrooms like these, white button mushrooms, are very good sources of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a hormone-like vitamin that supports the immune system as well as a slew of other bodily functions. I generally think of the sun as being the best source of vitamin D because our skin synthesizes it when we get exposed to sunlight. And so I would also like to encourage you all to get outside and expose your skin to sunlight, at least for a few minutes each day. Okay, so by ensuring you get plenty of fruits and vegetables each day, I want you all to rest a little easier by knowing that you're supporting your immune system each day. And I would like to conclude that I know that not everybody's perfect, and since we don't always plan our meals around nutrient density, I encourage you all to come on into the Natural Grocers, come and visit us so that we can help you fill in your nutritional gaps. We have a very knowledgeable and friendly staff, as well as a great selection. And on that note, I'd like to throw it over to David to talk about things to do for your mind and body outdoors.
Now, yeah, cool. Yeah, so I had a good adventure getting on down to my truck here. We had a thunderstorm that was coming in, so I wanted to make sure I was getting to a good, safe place, which, you know, this time of the year, it's really important to know, like, these afternoon thunderstorms, they just come in. And so watching the satellite and keeping track of those storms is incredibly good to just keep yourself safe outside. So before I even left this morning, I was tracking the radar, and I was seeing that there was a risk of thunder showers this afternoon and everything. So I just made sure that I went to a spot where I could get to my truck pretty quickly, as I was able to watch the radar from my phone. And so a big part of my job as recreation coordinator with open space and mountain parks is just leading hikes and teaching a lot of outdoor safety programs. So some of the best moments I've ever had are just when something happens outdoors. So a storm rolls in, rain happens and everything. And I've been studying a lot more of your body's physiological responses to just simply being outside. So over your skin, the rain hitting your body, getting out into some good sunshine. Today, I was trying to get to a viewpoint, and going to a viewpoint really helps us out, especially in these moments where, you know, there might be some uncertainty in our lives or anything like that, to do an activity called prospecting. So I got up to a scenic viewpoint, and I was just able to, you know, settle down, take some deep breaths, look at the landscape, look at the views, and prospect what I wanted for myself and for the world for the future. And so that's just one healthy activity you can do outside. But we have over 150 miles of trails, and plenty of which you can get outside to social distance. So if you go to osmp.org or osmptrails.org, you're able to get to our website, and we actually put up some information there, so you can actually go to the website and pick a less crowded trail. And so there's lots of information there. I always bring a face covering with me on the trail. You can't always keep that 6 feet of distance on the trails. A lot of them get super narrow. And so we really would like if everybody could just bring a face covering when we're out there. Try to keep that 6 feet of distance, but bring that face covering. It also helps to protect others, even with their psychological safety. A lot of people are fearful of COVID and everything like that. So just as far as respecting our community, it's just nice to have on us, and putting it up when we might be within that 6 feet of other people. But again, my name's David. I look forward to so many more conversations with everybody, and reach out to our website, give us a call. We're always here to help you out with your experiences out on your public land. So I hope that you get outside and help yourself to de-stress and get some of that good, healthy vitamin D while you're out.
Well, a huge thank you to all of our speakers and to our audience for joining us today. If there are any particular topics that you would like us to share, please feel free to send me an email. My email address is listed below. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the first person to send me an email with the correct answer to this question will receive a $100 gift card to Natural Grocer. Is everybody ready? Here goes. What is the best way to stop the spread of communicable diseases like COVID? Email me your answer. And until next time, stay healthy and be well.